Other than that, I just wonder when people are going to shape up and get rid of $16 trillion of debt.
And when? What's the trigger?
I don't know. How can they? Nobody has any money. Did you see out in California? They're having a vote as to whether they should pass taxes or not pass taxes, or vote bonds to come in to give them more debt. Who's kidding whom? You take a look around. Government retirement funds, they're down $250 million. How many pension plans are up a creek without a paddle with various companies around the United States? So you don't know. You really don't know what the total debt is of everything in the United States at this particular moment. If you just had the $16 trillion in debt, and then you go around to all the companies and say, what are the problems with your pensions and your other plans that you had to put money aside for? Do you really think it would only be $16 trillion? That's what scares me more than anything.
But you have all the gold you could sell.
But if, yeah, we could do that, because as you notice in the markets, and you go back into the dollar now. Now, as the dollar goes down, gold goes up. When the dollar goes up, the gold goes down. So at some point, we are going to have to do something about the dollar. What? I don't know. I mean, I'm not a genius, I'll tell you that. All I know is I have a monthly account that I have to take to. I have a plan, and so that's how I live. I know how much I make, I know how much I spend. I can't go into debt because at my age, I don't want to leave anything for the kids. So I just make sure that my books are balanced every single month. And if I can do it every 2 weeks, I do it that way.
So what's your recommendation to all the traders here?
I think money can be made in individual stocks. I really do. So what happens down here right now is, I don't know whether they can make money trading in pennies. I imagine some can and some don't. But for an outside trader to try and trade stocks, they have to go to a 5 cents between bid and ask.
What's your favorite stock?
What's my favorite stock? I don't tell people. I never. Yeah, well, turn the red light off. No, when I first came down here and people found out I worked at the exchange, they wanted, what are you going to tell me? What are you going to tell me? I did it to 2 people. The stock lost 40% in about 6 months, and I decided after that I would never comment or make a recommendation on stocks.
Is there any sector you could recommend?
Well, you have to take a look at the healthcare, especially if this plane comes in. You got to look at pharmaceuticals, because if more people go, if it goes through, the health plan goes through, they're going to have the pharmacies are going to have more and more and more. As to whether they'll be able to produce enough, I don't know. I mean, last year they ran out of flu vaccine, so you don't know what is going to happen throughout the world. There's such a worldwide economy now that you really don't know every little nook and cranny in the world to find out what's happening. So unless you do know and you don't want to admit it, and that has been going on for a long time. Take Spain, Portugal, Iceland. Iceland went bankrupt. You had what? Italy and Portugal. 5 of them that were there.
But Sweden is pretty strong.
Well, you've been a socialist country for so long that you take care of yourselves.